Hello bandits. Today I'm taking a look over the dark and forbidding trek into the woods, the horror title from Bloober team, Blair Witch. It's probably natural for folks to expect a twisted horror ride with this eponymous title, drawing from the lore of the film franchise to deliver a title aiming to creep your spine right out of your shoulders. The title does deliver well on the goosebumps front, with a story-driven psychological horror which studies your reactions to fear and stress. You play as Ellis, armed with a flashlight and your trusty hound Bullet. You'll enter a relatively calm and peaceful woodland in search of a missing local boy, Peter Shannon. Set just a couple of years after the events of the first film, we'd all expect, I think, our search of the Black Hills forest to maybe go just a little awry. Blair Witch is rated by Peggy at 16 and above, and by the ESRB at a mature 17+. There are a few reasons for this, including primarily fear, as the title takes you on a ride through not only the creepy events within the forest, but into the past of the main character. It's also packed with bad language at all levels, and as well as some gory and violent depictions throughout. Ultimately, I am saying this one is definitely not for the younger generation, especially if you want them to ever be able to sleep again. As a note here though, it may also be well worth sticking away from Blair Witch if you suffer from PTSD due to violent scenes, jump scares and some story elements. With the Peggy and ESRB ratings rounded up though, how does it stack up overall? Visuals, fair. Overall the visuals are pretty good. There are some really good atmospheric locations throughout. However, visual bugs and glitches are present, including clipping and snap changes in lighting and other effects which can be quite immersion breaking. Audio good. The audio within Blair Witch works amazingly well to set a creepy and malevolent vibe through your time in the Black Hills forest. Some absolutely great voice acting here is especially noteworthy. Narrative, good. The narrative within the title is a real strong point. This weaving story really does stand out. There are a small number of different story branches to follow, and overall the team have done a cracking job of winding a fresh narrative around the lore of Blair Witch. Replay, good. With collectibles and different story fragments to pick up along the way, it's unlikely that you'll find out everything on your first playthrough, and in fact it's impossible. With the different endings as well, it's one worth running through at least twice to get the full backstory of Ellis, as well as the current day narrative on your search for Mr. Peter Shannon. The Pixel Bandits' verdict for this one is a solid maybe. The title does have visual bugs which can really pull your immersion, and there have been one or two other bits which have got in the way, such as getting stuck in doorways pretty often, and on one memorable occasion, falling through an invisible forest floor. It is a relatively cheap title from the off, and it's likely worth picking up for horror or Blair Witch fanatics. If it wasn't for the bugs, it would definitely be a must-buy, so if you can overlook those, it is worth giving it a punt. That's all from us for now, but if you have any questions or insights, get them in the comments below. And for game reviews, flashbacks, RP and the latest news, don't forget to subscribe here and at the links on screen to stay up to date with just about everything.